Hey, I want to encourage you. Sometimes it don't happen the way you expected it to happen. But if you keep on working at it, guess what? It will happen in its right time. If you think about it, a lot of us, hey, we may feel like, man, I've been doing this way too long. When am I going to get a break? And sometimes we want to give up on the fact that, man, this is something I believe is going to happen, but I'm just not seeing it happen fast enough. And so I want to tell you about somebody who I believe is a prime example. If you just keep on giving your best, things will happen, not on your time, but on God's time. I had a guy named Moses. Moses was raised up in the palace, in a good place. But at some point in his life, around 40, he ended up getting in some major trouble. He took the life of someone. He had to flee for his life. Now, at this point in time, I'm pretty sure he felt like, man, my life is over, man. I don't have a second chance of fulfilling something great. I lost everything. It wasn't a dark moment. But even though he had to live in the desert for 40 years, it wasn't wasted time. It was preparation time because he learned some gifts and talents and skills that he would later on be able to use in the right time. And so don't think because you can't use these gifts and talents now that it'd be wasted. Nah, you'd be surprised of what you can do with what you've learned and that only you can do it. And so just keep on being faithful in those times. And so when God puts you in the place that he called you to, now you can show up because you got what it takes to win. And so when he was called to come back to face the things that he had to run from, he was able to now stand up with confidence. Because see, when he was scared to go back there because he wasn't sure what was going to face. He wasn't sure if he was going to have to face the fact that he killed someone earlier time. He wasn't sure of if he was going to be accepted. Even Pharaoh was going to kill him or what was the situation. But he came back and he faced it anyway. And I challenge you, don't run from your greatest challenge. Face it and realize, hey, if it's to be, it's up to me. Look at this thing as an opportunity for you to learn. Not that it's going to destroy you, but it's going to challenge you to grow. And so long as you're up for the challenge of life, guess what? You can become better because you're not running, you're not trying to put it off and you're not making excuses, but you are facing what you have to face in order to become better. And so the first thing I want to tell you about, I want you to identify that even though you had a detour, it did not happen the way you expected, does not mean you are defeated. A detour does not mean it's a defeat. It just takes you down a different path to get to your destination. So as long as you know that you're going to reach your goal, maybe a different way, maybe not as fast as you wanted to have happen, yes, but you're going to do whatever it takes to follow those detours. To follow that, make that left, make that right, whatever that is. You're going to do what it takes to do your part, then you will definitely get to your place in this right time. So don't get discouraged about it, but be encouraged that you're still in the fight. You're still in the game. Even though you may be down a little bit, it's not over. It's still an opportunity for you to win. And so now we have that out the way. Second thing we got is God's timing is perfect timing. Think about it. Sometimes when we just jump out there too fast, life will smack us and we have to fall back. But when we are patient and we just stay there practicing, doing what we call to do on the smaller scale, when we are promoted to that place of greatness, we then can elevate and bring our best forward. But we can't be rushed to get to that place tomorrow because we may not be ready for that increase. And so don't ever want to be somewhere where you can't sustain there, where you're getting somewhere where now you're like, man, I done bit off more than I can chew. Nah, be okay with God's timing. Just be faithful of that small thing until God say, nah, I want to reward you with more. And so long as you do that, you'll be okay because it's a headache, it's pressure that's unnecessary when we want to take on more than we can handle. Some can handle 5, some can handle 10, some may handle 50 or 100. But if you've been called to 2 or 3, be okay with that. Because what you don't want to do is juggle too much, too fast, and end up dropping it all. So thirdly, now we want to move into that sweet spot. Just know your greatest victories come after your greatest struggles. So after you have to do those reps, that's like working out. In order to gain muscle, you have to tear the muscle. You have to put pressure on that muscle. You have to work it hard. And so sometimes in life, you have to be tried on so many different levels that don't always feel good, but it's gonna always work out for your good. And so you have to be okay that it don't feel good now, so it can actually promote you and push you somewhere later on. Because I've heard like this: I don't wish to things to be smaller, I want to become bigger. In order to become bigger, you have to do things that's gonna grow you. You're gonna have to do things that's gonna push you to move you to those higher heights. And so be okay with the challenges that life may bring you, knowing that it's there to promote you when you pass the test. And so now that you have those opportunities to learn, to be encouraged, to be in the game, knowing that your game was not designed for you to lose, but it was designed for you to win. And as long as you know it may not happen on your time, but it will happen on the right time, you will fulfill your promise. If you like what you just heard right here, check out this next video because it's gonna take you even higher. Be great.